What's up? This is Draco.
And this is Alicia.
And you're now tuned in to OD
Podcast.
Oh.
Period.
Actually, let's just start over. Sorry.
We can't even be ourselves. Look what society did to us. All right. Yeah, we gotta make this quick because in an hour I gotta take my dog out. Okay, cool. All right, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of OD Podcast. It's your girl Alicia, aka Lily, aka Lala, aka Alicia Bud, aka That Girl, aka That Star, aka
Westside Alicia.
Westside Alicia, the Harajuku Barbie.
Yeah.
But
see, it's Queen Draco. That's it. You know the
period.
vibe.
The Queen. Okay, Kia.
I can do Kia.
Okay, let's get right into it. We're gonna get into the Black Business of the Week, y'all. I want to shout out my friend Saida, who has a company called Holistic Stitch, and she yarns, handcrafts, fashion. It's her bio says handcraft is slow fashion, and I love that because y'all know a big issue with the environment right now is this fast fashion, the impact is doing to creators, labor, and the quality of the earth. But anyway, Saida literally makes whole swimsuits, crop tops, halter tops. I'm on her Instagram now. She don't even have enough of all her work on here, but she really is that girl.
Okay,
that's yarn. Don't play with her. I'm not sure if you remember
when it comes to the yarn two pieces, do you have to put something under it so they won't nothing show? Or does she knit it really close?
Her stuff is really thick. That's a great question. I'm sure that if you have really thick nipples, you might want to get an extra knitting, but her stuff is custom. So I would assume that maybe she could tailor it to that. She even had yarn masks. Now, obviously that's just for fashion. It's not meant to be protection, but she posts some really cute stuff. I don't know why she don't have more on her Instagram. I'm calling her out right now, but no, her stuff is really cute. You can check out everything that she makes at holisticstitch.com, HOLISTICSTITCH. She's got beanies. She's got, look at this. Yeah, she got baby outfits. Look at this.
Oh, that is really cute.
I know. Anyway, please support your girl. She's cool people. We go way back. So we used to work in retail, and now she done went on and moved to a new state, get money in different angles of the country. You know what I'm saying? So now let's get into shop talk. I just wanted to talk about first things first. I actually have a question. Did Ari really charge everybody $100 to get to a party?
Let me say this because I understand that a lot of people aren't familiar with Atlanta nightlife, and I'm very familiar, obviously. That's usually how much it costs.
Okay, but was she? I guess people were under the impression she was charging her friends.
I don't know if that was a joke though, because usually when it comes to those type of events, like say for instance Jada's birthday party, they didn't have to pay to get in there. It wasn't something that you could just pay.
Right, and so that's what I'm thinking. Like, was her event not private? That's where my question is. It's really not even about going to the club. It's just like, okay, it's one thing to pay $100 to go to the club, but if you're going to somebody's birthday party, unless you are a fan that's the only way you can get in, I don't see why people would pay $100.
Yeah.
Dang.
But yeah, baby, that party was like the talk.
It already happened?
Yeah, it was last night.
Oh, okay. I didn't.
Yeah, gladly I had just got back home right before the traffic and stuff, but who child?
Okay, well, I
don't know, but I don't know if they charged for it, but if they did, that was stupid because usually Lil Baby had his party there. I mean, literally,
maybe that was just her way of getting some money. You know what I'm saying? Like some people have some people like you must bring a gift. That's her gift.
No, girl. Like if you have $10 million or you got a $10 million net worth, there's no way that you need to be getting no money out of your peers for a party that you're. I don't know. I think that's so tacky to charge people for a birthday party or a kickback. On the last episode, I think I talked about me going to a house party last weekend, and it was $25 to get in there.
Yeah, the 25 is a lot of money, but the fact that people was paying it,
$5 I would have understood. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But there's some, in my opinion.
But you paid it though.
Nobody. I mean, I was there. I didn't want to not go, and I'm like, whatever, we can just go in there. But at the end of the day, that's something I would expect from college students because that's your way of making money. But
Yeah.
everybody in there was 30. And
That's why
baby,
y'all should have had it. I just
and
went.
we did, but it was just like, girl, why are you
Nah,
trying
I'm
to
just
you
playing.
could have it could have been a be wild, bring your own bottle situation. I understand that, but
Yeah, she was telling people to bring $100 bill. Don't play crazy. She could see females acting up now at the door. Yeah. So anyway, all right, what you got for shop talk?
What do I have for shop talk? Um yeah, so I was gonna talk about her party, but I don't know too much about it. I wanted to bring this up to see did you know this or did you see this? Martin Lawrence's daughter is dating
Eddie
Eddie.
Murphy's son. Yes, I did know that. That's so
So
crazy.
funny. Like, what if they make it for a long time? Like, if they were to
I
get it for
hope
a long
they
time,
funny.
married, that's gonna be a funny wedding.
I hope they funny.
Oh, you mean the kids?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
Will
it's not
Smith is
if they
funny
not
as
funny,
hell.
oh well, whatever. But it just would help the situation be like super ironic.
Will Smith is funny and not his kids.
You're right, but they are very creative. So okay? All right. Well, let me just mind my business about who's funny and not.
Moving on to Erica Mena and Safari.
Oh my God. Go ahead.
I hope this is for a storyline for Love and Hip Hop. That's all I gotta say.
Hold on. Which one you talking about?
It's a lot. Oh wait, you talking about the stuff that the Sin Santana stuff, or you talking about?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Well, this week is just about Safari and Erica Mena. Let's just start there. Let's start off with the fact that their baby is in the in what is it?
NICU.
Yeah,
It's the ICU, but for babies. So the
for
end.
babies. Yeah. And he is twerking in Jamaica.
Right.
Going on.
Oh my God.
And it's just so weird to see, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you guys remember me saying this a while ago that me personally, I'm not a fan of Erica Mena. I feel like she says a lot of anti-black things or have said it in the past. And she's very like, and now I think that she's trying to clean up her image.
And she also pretended that her business was black owned, but okay.
Let's go. Let's talk about it. But yeah, like I'm not really a fan of her, but I did feel bad for her for that moment. But in my head, I'm like, I really hope that this is something for television.
I highly doubt it. Did you see that clip of them on Love and Hip Hop?
Yeah, when he was sitting down and Safari was acting like he wasn't into her.
Oh my God. That is, you know what? The worst thing I've ever, one of the worst moments in relationships that I've had is like genuinely being upset about something super hurtful to me. And then the reaction from the guy is like very nonchalant. Cause it's like, I want to punch you now. I want to fight.
Definitely experienced that before. And then he broke up with me and then tried to get back with me the next day.
Like, I don't know about like the way he was talking to her was like she has zero value in his life. And it's just so sad because when they got married, I was like, this is too much. Like people just need to stop getting married because of the feeling in the moment. I don't know about how they were feeling, but it didn't seem like it was necessary for them to even be married. But it just was hurtful. He was acting really careless about her feelings, and then she walked off because she was obviously upset and hurt. And then he just tried to gaslight her about that as well. And it's like, how do you even get through to somebody that thinks that way? And it's so crazy. It just makes me think about all the people who complain about not being able to find a good partner or a good relationship when they be lacking empathy, they lack emotion, they lack compassion, they don't know how to communicate. It's just really sad. And then it's like now you have kids with this person and you are literally like connected for life.
Yeah. And isn't this their second kid?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah, it's very sad. But yeah, so best wishes to them, honey. But back to speaking of
other situation, I mean, it's no secret that celebrities literally make fake pages and argue with their fans in the comments. Sometimes it's them, sometimes it's their friends, whatever the case may be. Erica Mena did this, which is not surprising to me. And she was commenting back under Sin Santana's post a while ago. And
26 weeks ago, not that long ago.
Yeah, 26 weeks ago. And she turned the page into a page for her new baby. And so she forgot to go back and delete those comments, so she got caught making a fake page. talking to Sin
Well,
Santana.
not even she forgot to delete those comments. She literally turned a troll page into a page for her child. Just period. Like, and on top of that, Instagram, you can go on somebody's page and look at their name history. Like, you can see what their name used to be on Instagram before they got to that.
Oh, really?
Yes. You can literally see what people like. I've gone like I think I can't remember who posted it when I discovered it, and then I went.
Oh, that's a new feature.
It's been around for maybe, or at least when I found out, it's been a few months. But yeah, you can literally see people's name, like the name revision history, the date, and everything. And I tried it on one of my pages, and I not a troll page, like an actual business page, and I went to look, and it definitely showed the date of the first name, et cetera, et cetera.
Wow.
Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
First of all, embarrassing. That's embarrassing. You can't deny nothing you ever said, or your credibility has already been lost, but now you owe us some credibility. Because how could you be that slow? Honestly.
I already said my piece.
Honestly.
I'm not.
How could you be that slow to comment, to turn a troll page into a page for your child, knowing that you use it to talk about people in comments? I think about the details of everything so much that could have never happened to me. I would have in my mind, this is why I do have some pages that I use. I have like my own, like a Finsta or whatever, but I don't comment, I don't do nothing. And I always think about if I was to ever do something with this page, I never want to be traceable. Ever. Yeah. Like, I don't have no fake email addresses. So if people search my email address, they're going to find these pages. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I think about it and I don't even owe that to nobody. I don't even have no beef, but I still be thinking about like the long term. Because what if I need to secure this @ name?
Yeah.
It's just so crazy. That is embarrassing.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to, and I'm learning now that I have to watch my mouth on social media. So anytime I need to say something, I'm just gonna text you, voice note you. You're gonna have to be my Twitter because
my god. Oh yeah, because
like how does a tweet from my page, mine, end up on USA Today?
How did you find out it was on there?
My friend's mom.
Your friend's who?
My friend's mom. Terrence's mom she was reading the newspaper.
You should turn on Google alerts too, so you can know when you mention in the news.
She was like, "This ain't that Draco, is it?" But he do spell his name like that.
That's hilarious.
She screenshot it and sent it to me.
Now, to be fair, I don't feel like you said anything wrong. I
didn't. But I think that what happened was, first of all, Twitter users these days are really sensitive. If you follow me on Twitter, you know that I say a lot of stuff like jokingly or just, I don't know, like it's not nothing that's ever real. Okay, now I don't have no insight on Telfire, and at the time I didn't even go on their website, but I just was like, oh, I know. But people say, and this is why I don't understand. That's why I'm like, are y'all really black? Because black people, like when say for instance, if I were to work for Beyonce, right? Mm-hmm. The first thing a black person would say, like, oh, the price going up.
Yeah, but it don't have to really. Who cares if it does or doesn't go up? It's just a point of saying there's more value to the product now.
Yeah, but we don't literally mean the price is gonna go up.
Yeah,
that's what I was saying. And no,
I saw a girl reply and was like, "Why y'all gotta be so negative?" I didn't even understand where she was coming from.
She was, why do you have to be so negative? And I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? Like, even on Facebook, I wrote it and I said I was joking when I said it, and then some girl in the comments still gonna say, oh, he said that the prices aren't going up; they're going to stay the same.
Okay, we have established that. And who cares? Why are you telling me? You got 100 of them. I don't care. I still need a medium blue, bro. I need a medium blue.
Man. But yeah, so.
Well, you need to use that towards your verified account status.
Oh, you're right. Let me send this, Karen Silver.
Oh yeah, true.
What I was about to say, darn it. Oh, I don't know if you keep up with what's going on in the fashion.
I don't.
Okay, so let me put you on game of what's going on. So the designer Pyer Moss, if you guys are not familiar with it, he's a kind of new designer. He's been out for a few years. He's creative directed a few videos. He has a very, very popular luxury clothing line. So I don't know if Fashion Week is coming up or is it this week, but he had a fashion show this past weekend, and of course, since over the pandemic, a lot of celebrities have been wearing his merchandise and his clothes and shoes, everything. So it's building a lot of buzz. So people were anticipating the show. Now the show got pushed back twice because it got rained on, or whatever. But here we are. So the show was yesterday. Yesterday was Saturday. Yeah, it was yesterday. And when I tell you the Black fashion community is in shambles at the moment, they are not seeing it. They have so much to say. There are 600 think pieces online about this show, and none of them are good.
So let me tell you. So I did not watch the fashion show, but I did see some clips, some images from it, and I swear to God, I thought it was Photoshop. I thought it were memes.
Yeah. So the problem is that he called this a couture fashion show. And the fashion community is basically saying that it was not couture, that it was because it was, yeah, you know how people get about you being like politically correct about certain terms that you use, especially when it comes to fashion. Like people just swear they just Kelly Cattrall. But yeah, so I think the problem was that he associated it with couture when it was simply just like just avant-garde kind of.
Can you explain what it was? I only saw a few images. Like, what exactly did he showcase?
The storyline behind so the problem is that he normally doesn't do couture. This is the first time. Nobody knew he was doing this, and he just popped out, so everybody was confused as to why he did this. And he doesn't have the range to do that, or he should have went another route.
Mm-hmm.
But he had the fashion show at Madam C.J. Walker's old house.
Okay.
The story behind the line was each dress and outfit were inspired by a Black invention. So there was somebody who had a dress that looked like a lamp. There was a peanut butter dress because, of course, a Black person invented that. They had a folding chair. They had rollers. They had, you name it. Pretty much anything that was invented by a Black woman, a Black person, they made an outfit out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then they had a Madam C.J. Walker's house. So that was like the storyline behind it.
So it was like a Black history, but it wasn't couture. Like that's where my confusion is. I don't really know
it's not couture. It wasn't couture at all. It was more like, in the ballroom scene, we call it, bazaar. It's like bazaar.
Bazaar, okay.
So it's more like, I wouldn't even say avant-garde. It was just like costumey, you know? It looked like costumes, basically, a lot of it. Me personally, some of the dresses I like, you know? I didn't really understand the peanut butter one because he literally just put a peanut butter jar on somebody. But yeah.
That's where my misunderstanding comes from, because is this supposed to be clothing that people wear?
No. So couture is something that's like custom, one of a kind, not remade. It's for pretty much photo shoots and stuff like that. This isn't stuff that's gonna go in store. A lot of runway clothes, they don't sell it in store. It's like, I don't know if you ever hear people say this is off the runway, meaning that you can't get it. I got this directly. They got it from the designer himself or herself.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And nobody else can get it.
So the issue here is basically he miscategorized this type of show, and so that's what got people upset, or is it the actual outfits in general?
No, he misinterpreted what couture was. The outfits were costumey, and they feel like that now people in the fashion world are going to look at Black people as jokes because this looked like
we are not auditioning to be their friends, but I understand. I do understand that.
This is making us look bad, and you're using this. You know, they was just going off. So,
are there not? And this is a genuine question. Are there not other Black designers? Like, why is he the one responsible for our image for white people?
Because I guess Laquan Smith is just out of the question.
Because what I do understand what people mean when they say that, oh, they're not gonna take us serious. Because sometimes I have those sentiments when when our people shoot up random wholesome places, also not wholesome, but places that just are unnecessarily filled with drama. It's like, what happened? So now these people who were already trying to stop from showing their true racism, we don't want them, feels like this is not helping the case. So I get it, but I just feel like in this case, I mean, and this is just me I'm somebody who wear Nike sweatsuits for a living, so take my opinion with a grain of salt. But I just feel like, is this what is there a rule book? Like, is this is not?
And that's the thing, fashion, when it comes to fashion, it's not a rule book. That's the thing, because
right, is it not just based on creativity? I don't know.
I feel the same way. And just because I don't like it or I think that it looks crazy, that doesn't take away from his interpretation, because now who's to say that this won't end up in magazines or end up on
I'm sure it will,
Lady Gaga or somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody will pull this and be like, you know what, let's make a whatever out of it.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, what makes this different from Kanye West when he came out selling hoes and clothes and sweaters and stuff?
Did he call that couture?
He didn't necessarily call it couture, but it was high fashion. It was
definitely hobo couture.
And his stuff was poorly made to the point where people were walking in the fashion show and the heels were breaking.
I do remember that.
So what's the difference between that? Because let me tell you something. Kanye got the number one shoe and clothing line in the
and he really has convinced me that I want these darn foam runners. I can't believe it. I don't know if it's mental illness or what, but I want them. Give me an 8 in any color. Thanks. I need to wear them for my trip. I wanted to talk about there was a video going around from this fair in Michigan where the ride was in motion but was like basically coming off from the ground. And I was just having this
it was finna tell.
Yeah, I was just having this conversation with someone recently about how they don't like going to fairs because they literally just pack up the rides and go. And I thought it was interesting because I always knew that, but it didn't stop my excitement from wanting to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just want to know your takes on it. I remember you told me the other day you only go for the funnel cakes and the photo ops.
Yeah. So about 2 years ago, because last year we had a fair because of COVID. The year before that, I went to the Turnfield Fair. Now I've been going to the Turnfield Fair pretty much.
They be shooting at that one, child.
Yeah, but you know what? They used to say that when I was little. My mama still would go. I don't know.
Oh, I went too. Just I'd rather go to the one at Cumberland Mall now. Not that that's any safer, but
yeah. I've been going since I was little, and I don't know if it's because I'm getting older and I'm being more conscious about stuff. But even at Six Flags, sometimes I'll be like,
nah. Yeah, that's me.
Weird. But yeah, so every ride that we got on, somebody threw up on it.
Oh, you did say that.
Literally, like every time we got on a ride, it was all of it was very shaky. It did not feel sturdy, and somebody threw up on it. I'm not doing it.
Yeah. Oh my god. I just like that one ride where you just. I like that one ride where you just stand against the wall and it spin.
Nobody threw up on that one.
That boy threw up on them baby's kids.
Oh, that was a cartoon. But yeah.
So what's wrong? Can't
also the fair rides, they getting a little too intense. They had this one thing that go in the air, it spins to the side and flips at the same time. I
saw that.
And I was just like, and we got on it like a dummy. I had to sit down. I was like, you know what? This ain't for me.
You know what one I will never do? I'll never do that little rubber band ball. Where they, the one where people be sitting, it be 2 people and they have the video and people be passing out.
Do that so bad.
No, heck no. People be dying and come back to life on that ride. No, thank you.
I do that on Batman. So
I feel like you get on that bike, on that ride, you might can high five Jesus and you might have to stay with him too. I don't like that. I'm sorry.
That'd be happening to me on Batman if I sit on the last row.
Oh, see, Batman look different. That's one of my favorite. That is my favorite roller coaster.
But I promise you, I've passed out on that ride like 4 times.
That's crazy. Anyways, all right, let's move on. So we had a subject you wanted to discuss this week. Can you give us the
yes, and yes. Okay, so I want to just talk about my experience with people they're congratulating you on your success and see that you're moving. I love that. Of course, I'm learning to accept compliments because I always feel like I ain't where I want to be at. So I just be like, I'm all right, whatever. But what I do have an issue with, I have an issue when people be like, now you came up quick. You got like, I remember just 2 years ago, you was doing this and now you're doing this. So it almost looks as if I didn't work hard or I didn't work for a long time.
And what is that measured by? Is that measured by the client you have?
To them. So here's the thing: in order, it's so weird. So we live in a time where if it's not posted, you're not doing it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't post that often on my actual timeline. I post more on my story. I could do 40 clients in a week. And
Post
I don't
all
post
of them.
on all of them because I don't want my page to be cluttered. And I want to attract a certain audience. Meaning that I want to attract more paid gigs, like they pay more money. So when they're looking at your page, they don't care about, they know that you can do makeup, but they want to see like, oh, he did makeup for W Magazine. Okay, he did makeup for so-and-so magazine. You worked on this show. You worked with this person. Oh, wow, you work with Keisha Lance Bottoms. You work with the mayor. You know what I'm saying? So people use those things because at this point, we don't have websites which showcase, well, I do because I'm old school. I keep that because I have a lot of companies who offer discounts, and other people still ask for websites, like discount companies. They don't want to see your Instagram. They want, do you have a professional website? Yes, I do. Here you go. So I keep that, but in 2021, your Instagram is your portfolio. So I try to keep my portfolio as clean as possible, at the same time still showcasing my personality because I want to be myself. I don't want to have to condition myself to be somebody I'm not. So I still be myself on my page, but anywho, that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. But yeah, so people measure success by who you work with, the level of success that they have, they put that on you. So if I were to even just work with Beyonce, they're gonna equate that to me. Same with Beyonce wearing that Telfar bag. Now they like, oh, well,
I want one now.
Exactly. And what's so funny is just about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I overheard people talking about them cheap ass bags. Like, who wearing that? Or men saying that I ain't buy my girl that. And now look, just because Beyonce had it on, now y'all finna try to break down.
I think the reason why people, and myself included, felt like it looked cheap is because it's not a stiff bag. But I think it's more functional because it's not stiff to me.
Yeah. I personally didn't like them at first, and I wouldn't get one because of that. And then one day I was like, whatever, let me just try to get one. And I got through. And so when I actually got the bag, I'm like, oh, this is really nice. And I like the fact that it has so much space and I can put all my stuff in it.
I put when I got to go return some stuff, they all go in my telephone bag.
I think it's more because I think the initial making of the bag was for like New Yorkers, because
it literally is called a shopping bag. I mean,
yeah, but I don't use it for shopping.
No, I'm talking about just the style of it. I guess I know I get I get what people say about it looking cheap. I felt the same way. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I still feel like some colors still give off that cheap vibe, but I love my oxblood medium. I swear to God, I love it so much. And it's such a functional bag. And it don't even matter if people don't like it, they don't get it. I mean, it's plenty of bags that don't deserve the value they have, and yet people are buying them. And they cost way more than a Telfar bag.
Yeah, for sure. So I think that's just the same thing that happens with makeup artists, hairstylists. People don't put value on you until other people put value on you, and I don't like that because I started doing makeup in 2009 professionally, working at a salon. From there, went to another salon, worked at MAC for 5 years. Working at MAC is actually a professional job because you literally have to audition twice. You get trained under, some of the top artists in the world. you have to get certified. So I'm legit a certified makeup artist because you have to have certifications. You have to pass them in order to keep your job. So for me to have to take all those years of certifications at MAC, 5 years to be exact, all of that. And when people, they only acknowledge the fact that I'm working with Flo Millie or Escape or whoever they see me working with, and they're like measuring my success upon that, I'm like, baby.
Do you feel like you create that image? And then this not a read. I'm just
no. I ain't taking that.
I didn't know you. I would think that you, number one, like I know you mentioned that people sometimes don't think you work with quote unquote regular people. I would definitely think that because I don't. I mean, but you have posted regular people, but they're always people with a whole lot of followers. So I don't know if they just got a lot of followers. People think they're pretty, or they just do something.
So I do get a lot of people that ask me not to post them. For one, so my rule about posting on my page per se is I post more professional pictures because like I said, I want to pull in more professional jobs that pay more. So that's the reason why I only post like certain things like magazine articles or actual photo shoots. Now they don't have to be no famous person.
Yeah.
If I did a photo shoot with you and and I like the photos, like I feel like the photo is clean, I'm going to post it on my page. I don't think that people want me to post them because a lot of times people get their makeup done, they come in with a bonnet on, they got a scarf on, they ain't
gang.
You know what I'm saying?
Period. That's my people.
So I'm not going to put them out there like that. However, I want my page to look a certain way. I mean,
it makes perfect sense.
That's the only reason why.
I think it's rude for people to try to assume that you just came up overnight and you ain't literally don't went through several phases of your artistry and literally be working day in and day out. I think that people tend to, people look at your highlight reel on Instagram and they make their own opinion and assumption and be wrong. And it's like, if you even see like how you just try to explain like your reasoning for it, if you explain to them, it don't even matter to them no more. It's already over their head. They don't even, you know what I'm saying? They're not even thinking about that. They just be like, oh, okay, yeah. And also people who don't do what you do, they'll always have a tough time taking it seriously. Like I feel like I don't think that I came up quickly in my professional career. But I think that people think because of my personality that my work is not hard. I think that
exactly, and that's another thing too that they see how I interact with my clients. Like this is not like fucking open heart surgery. I'm doing makeup. Like, why do I have to sit here and be serious? Like, artists complain about that. I don't know if I ever told you when I was on set for Coming to America how those artists were treating me. The older artists. And like when they were doing the scenes when they were playing the drums and whatever, I'm moving around. I'm not doing it. I'm just moving my shoulders and having fun. Like I'm excited to be there. Why do I have to sit here and like this is the fucking military?
They probably was saying it because they were so uptight. Like how people be so intimidated or jealous that they have to be mean to you. Like I feel like
in front of the producer. Oh my gosh! I'm like, yeah, the producer was laughing with me.
No, he was laughing at you, Pooh. I'm just playing.
Either way, I ain't want to.
No, I'm just playing. Yeah, I've had people. I think that this is some of the things that make me feel like people don't think what I do is serious. I had some people. Now, this is no shade, okay? I've had people with no post-baccalaureate education. I hope I said that correctly. People that kind of, oh my God. Basically, people asking if my job is hiring. Okay.
And you don't have what New York said, you don't have the vernacular or
and it's like I can say yes, we are hiring because we are always hiring, but I don't think they understand what I do or the level that it would take to do what I'm doing. And that is not me trying to be condescending or have some kind of like classism, but I'm genuinely saying that if you push roll wheelchairs at the airport, you cannot be a data consultant. You know what I'm saying? You kind of have to have some education, experience, and training before you can transition to that. But I don't be knowing what else to say.
You should say that. Because I'm gonna tell you what, people do this to me all the time. And as of recently, I've started to get a little bit more aggressive with my response to them because every day. You know, of course, you have friends that you meet along. I wouldn't even call them friends. Let me stop using that
Oh,
word.
you think you my only friend? You don't lost your
No, no,
mind.
no. I'm saying I need to stop using that word. Like
Oh,
I'm,
okay, yeah.
you know, I need to just call it what it is. But you have people that you meet along the way, and you know you get cool with them or whatever. So they
Mhm.
see you working with so and so or working with this person or doing this certain job, and they're asking you, okay, can you link me with this person? Does she have a photographer? Does she have a stylist? Does she have a hairstylist? You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, listen to me. I work a very professional job, okay? And it took me a long time to even learn how to maneuver in this. And I mean, all the way down to controlling my attitude because I work in the field of celebrities, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So with these people, I have to make sure that the money that I'm asking them for is enough where I can deal with their attitudes. I can deal with the things that they go through. I can deal with their dog running around while I'm biting my ankles while I'm trying to do their makeup. I can deal with them getting up and in and up out the chair. Everybody's not like that. And I have people that brag about being like, oh, they ain't gonna do that to me because I clap back and
Oh
you know
my
what I'm
God.
saying?
No, you won't. You're gonna be clapping back your check to the unemployment office.
And I have people that do, and I've been around people that do that, or people that run their mouth, or people that are starstruck, people that don't clean their brushes
Oh
correctly,
my God.
people that don't organize their kids. You know, one thing that I have all the time that's always said to me from my clients when I first start working with them, like, wow, you have the neatest kit I've ever seen. Let me tell you something. My room might not be neat, but that makeup kit is going to be perfect, and I'm gonna know what
Yes, that is
every thing.
literally
And this
people,
is
your hygiene, people's skin cells, people have COVID, people have other stuff.
yeah. When you sit in my chair, I want you to feel comfortable. I want you to look at my because people look at it and they be like, "Oh my gosh, I went to somebody's makeup, getting my makeup done. That kit was so dirty. It was powder all over it. It was this. It was that. You know, people pay attention to that. So when they see my stuff and they're like, "Oh, okay, what you using? I can tell this stuff is expensive. The whole time came from Beauty Master,
Yeah.
$2. You know what I'm saying? But it's just the way that you present it, and you don't have that. I'm sorry, you don't have.
Yeah,
You got to work a
I
little
have
longer.
felt the same way, man. And it's even people who I have worked with along the way who I've tried to like help them to get to a certain type of job. And it's like they don't even really they're not capable. Oh, this sounds so bad, but like some people what am I trying to say? It's like they just are missing that like that professionalism or the ability to maneuver, like how you said, you know how to really work with these type of people. There's a certain standard of quality that comes with your service. And I feel like that is the case when you start to get higher up, especially in corporate America. Like you're not like it's one thing to be cool. And that's another thing where I think people get confused because I'm fun, I can be ghetto, all this other
Exactly.
stuff. And when I'm at work, I am very professional, but I'm also super social with my coworkers. But it's a very thin line. But
Yeah.
some people they see how I am outside of work and think that's me up in here proposing stuff and presenting stuff and solving like no. They don't those people in my job don't know. Like I'm very serious about my work. You know what I'm saying? And I think that like if I was to like if they would have like a bring a friend to work day, they would probably get me fired because they don't know how to get there and act. And it's like
I be want to do that too. Like I be want to bring somebody to work with me, and that's another reason why I want to start a YouTube, because I want people to know the extent of my job.
Yeah.
Just certain things that I have to deal with. Now I wouldn't want to
You should
embarrass.
do a day in the life. You should do people be doing day in the life on TikTok. You should just record random clips and then when you get home, stitch them together and just talk over it. Talking about what you did.
Oh, that's true.
So what do you think that this mostly these biases tend to come from people that don't know you, or is this like people that are your friends and family?
Both. And to be honest, my family doesn't know me because I'm not around as much. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah.
feel like once you get to a certain age, you're not around your family as much as you were, especially when you work the type of job that I have because I'm always traveling. Um, I'm always on the go. I'm always moving. And I like to be busy because when I'm idle, of course I get to rest or whatever, but I really be feeling unproductive and the laziness starts to set in. So I don't really see my family like that. So they feel the same way. They just like, oh dang, da, 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 da. But you
But
know,
at
they
least they can see
understand.
from the time that you've been so busy, like it's not just a quick success. Cause
They
they could be
don't.
like, I remember
Yeah,
you missed Big Mama Cookout 12 years in a row.
yeah. My immediate family, like my sister and my nieces and my nephew, they don't respect that. They don't like it.
That's so crazy because you
And I'm
literally
like, well, you can see, I'm not lying to you because my sister's thing is like, she understands what I do, but in her eyes, I'm just hanging out with celebrities and doing their makeup.
dang, that's crazy. You know
So,
what? Because makeup is so glamorous, so it can't be hard. It can't be
and
time
people
for
don't
some.
think it takes a while. Like sometimes we be in glam for like 5 hours sometimes.
Yeah.
Because like I said, they like to get up, they like to walk around. We got to redo stuff. I don't like how it's looking on camera, so let's tweak it a little bit. Like it's certain things. So my sister don't really understand the life of a makeup artist. So she thinks that I'm just hanging out with these people because the only thing she sees is
When you hanging out with them.
yeah. And I'm like, yeah, that's after work, but am I not supposed to have a life? And so whenever she calls me or she sees that I'm at home because she fucking stalks my Instagram, she thinks that I'm supposed to just answer the phone. When I'm at
Oh
home,
no,
I'll be
when you actually
asleep.
need to be resting.
I tell her, I'm like, I don't think you understand. Like, I be sleep. I can't post when I'm sleep, so you don't see when I'm sleep. Like, I'm not supposed to just post say, "Hey y'all, I'm sleep."
I'm
It's
so
just supposed to
sorry.
be sleeping or be sleep on live.
Dang, that sucks. What do
Or
these people do for a living? Maybe that's what's the problem.
I care not to know. Period. So no. I mean, I don't know. People need to stop assuming. Like that one post, assume.
Assume. Yeah, you're right. I mean, yeah, and then you shouldn't have to explain yourself to people. I just need people to, if I say no, then that's just what it is. And I'm just grateful for my few friends. Not, I have a lot of friends, obviously, but I have a few go-to friends that are my daily friends, and everybody understands what's going on. But I
That's why
have
they in
some,
your life.
huh?
That's why they there, because they understand your life.
Right. But I have some friends who are my friends, but we kind of just hang out sporadically, like maybe once or twice a year. And they have that attitude. They just be like, you always busy. Yes, I am. And I'm okay. I've always, if they've known me as long as they have, they should know by now. This is very consistent for me, very on brand. So like, and I don't like, then you want like, just come out to the club for me one time for my birthday. No, I don't go to clubs. Why would I make an exception
And
for
you know
you?
what's so crazy though? What that's one thing that I do hate about people is when you genuinely express to them that you don't like something and they still try to
Just do it for me.
do
No,
it.
then I gotta do it for you
And
and
then when
him
you
and
say
them.
no, they get mad. And I'm like, listen, I told you that I don't really enjoy this. So why would you think just because this day is going on or whatever the case may be, oh, you're not a real friend? Because if you was a real friend, you would do it because it's my birthday.
No, if you was a real friend, you would understand because it's your birthday. You don't want to ruin it. Yeah, I had a friend invite me to her birthday party at the Blue Flame, and I was like, honestly, I don't like clubs, and I don't have nothing against strippers. I don't mind strippers, but I don't want to go to a club. And
Yeah.
I haven't talked to her since. So, oh
For
well,
real?
I swear. I don't care. I don't care. I don't, that's not my thing. We talk about how I don't drink. I don't do none of this stuff. I don't smoke. I don't even curse. You want, if so, I don't know why you thought that I was the friend that would come to the flame for your birthday. I'm sorry. Happy birthday. And then turns out you end up getting kicked out. Y'all don't got drunk. Your car got booted. Now, why would I want to be a part of something chaotic like that? You know, I don't do chaos. And you think,
And then the next day they're gonna be like, oh, last night was lit. It was the Casamigos.
oh my God. I'm like, it was the casa me because of my house.
Look, they're crazy.
Anyways. But yeah, I think, people, I also think, and I feel like everything ties into maturity and empathy and maybe even some, just some feelings. I just feel like people should just accept things for what they are. You can't, like, it's just, I don't really know. Like, I always tie a lot of things back to this marriage and kids thing where people just be like, when you having this, when you doing this, it's like, if I don't want it, then you shouldn't care. Because the only person that's concerned about it right now is you. I don't, like, leave me alone. And I get it from so many different directions. And it's just so, it's like, I am happy. I live a happy life. And that's all that matters.
I'm starting to build up allergies towards air conditioners, and I can't live without air conditioning.
Oh, that means your filter need to be changed. Probably.
I said the same thing.
You need to call the leasing office because filters trap all the dust and lint. And so it might be too much lint because the air still has to pass through that filter. And filters are supposed to get changed every like 90 to 120 days. And in apartments, I know for sure they don't switch them out on schedule. You might can unscrew the vent and see if but that's not your responsibility. Even though they are pretty cheap, they're like $10 or something like that. So it's probably not your air. It could be the dust. I'm sorry, Pooh. Well, let's wrap this episode up because I gotta take my dog out so she don't wake me up at 3 a.m. I'm gonna say that every time.
In conclusion to this episode, let me tell y'all something. I want y'all to congratulate people on their success, but don't try to measure it by a timeline. Like, I understand you think stuff happens fast or it's easy for people, but it's low-key kind of disrespectful because you're literally taking away from their hard work. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what they had to do. You don't know how that made them feel, because I mean, for me, it was like being in the military. It was rough. And I wasn't making enough money. I you know, lost cars. I lost apartments. Like, it's deep. You know what I'm saying? I had to sacrifice a lot to even get where I am. So when you see me now, I ain't flexing. This is just me enjoying my new life.
Yeah, it's like saying somebody came out of nowhere. Just because you didn't know them don't mean they came out of nowhere. You didn't see the effort that was put in before they got to you.
Exactly.
Period. And just because I joke and I say ratchet stuff, I'm that girl in corporate America now. I be making moves. And we not hiring for your just
for your folks.
I work hard. I really do. I'm in school right now to work even harder, and it's stressing me out. And I don't know nobody who I would even suggest taking this goddamn class. And that's on Mary Had Statistics. But all right, y'all. There's another episode of OD Podcast. Holla at your girl.
Holla at your twirl.
And your whirl. And your curl.
And the burl.
And the swirl. And the earl. And the pearl.
Back to the girl.
And the merle. Bye.
See ya.